Free Japan Channel number 108. Today, October 17th, Friday. The time is 7 p.m. Friday evening, TGIF. Hello everyone, how are you? In Yokohama, Friday evening has fallen. The night view of northern Yokohama is very pretty as usual tonight. Tonight's FGC topic is, what is Ishin Party? This is a topic of tonight. What is Ishin Party? Now, in Japan, Ishin Party is expected to get into the coalition government. The majority party, Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, cannot make absolute majority. Therefore, it needs some partner party. And there was political turbulence among several parties in this week and last week. The outcome is Ishin Party will be the partner of coalition of LDP. Next week, on 21st, Tuesday, Mrs. Takaichi, the president of LDP, will be nominated the first female prime minister of Japan. Then, what is Ishin Party? This is a topic. Ishin in Japanese literally means the restoration. Normally, Japanese people employ this word, Ishin, restoration, designating Meiji Restoration, which occurred in 1868. Long Edo period lasted for more than 260 years. However, this Edo government could not manage the negotiation with foreign countries, and they could not control the domestic turbulence at that time. It was 1860s. Then Satsuma, Kagoshima prefecture now, and Choshu, Yamaguchi prefecture now, samurai of these two districts mainly aroused the restoration of Japan at that time. They took over Edo government, and Meiji era began in 1868. In Japanese, this is called Ishin or Meiji Ishin, Meiji Restoration. This was a drastic change in Japanese history. The modernity was imported to Japan from the Western countries, mainly United Kingdom, France, Germany, of course from the United States. Mainly from the United Kingdom. In the latter half of 19th century, the hegemony of UK was predominant in world affairs. The United States was still a young country and couldn't compete with the United Kingdom. Therefore, Japan also learned many things from the United Kingdom, as well as from France and from Germany. Japan is a monarch country, so monarchy. England, there was a king or queen, and in Germany also there was a king. Therefore, mainly from these two countries, UK and Germany, Japan learned from these two countries the modernity. This modernity prevailed to everything from meals, clothes, and hairstyle, even hairstyle. The academic content also changed drastically from Edo academic subject to Meiji academic subject. Many Western books were translated into Japanese, and Japanese people got gradually accustomed to democracy, capitalism, liberalism, or international affairs. This Meiji Restoration was the turning point in Japanese history, and Ishin Party is aiming at this kind of restoration in Japan. Toru Hashimoto was the founder of Ishin Party. It was about 20 years ago, so 2005 or 6. Toru Hashimoto, Mr. Hashimoto was a lawyer at that time. And he also appeared in the TV program as a lawyer. And he was very popular because he is so eloquent. He could talk so freely and so smoothly. And he could explain many difficult legal procedures so easily to ordinary Japanese people. Therefore, Japanese audience got sympathy to Mr. Hashimoto, and he established Ishin Party at first locally in Osaka. And this local party, Ishin, became bigger and bigger, and now National Party. Then in lower house, Ishin has more than 30 seats. So when we add this 30 seats to LDP seats, absolute majority comes up. This is a calculation. And LDP members, especially the president, Mrs. Takaichi, agreed to let Ishin Party in the coalition. Therefore, Ishin people, some of the Ishin people will become the ministers. Perhaps 2 of the ministers will be given to Ishin Party. I think this is a very suitable number. What is Ishin Party? The founder, Mr. Hashimoto, was always angry about the fraud of civil servants in Osaka. In Osaka, civil servants did what they wanted to do at the time, so 20 years ago. But not only 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, the corruption of civil servants in Osaka was so rampant, was so outrageous that Mr. Hashimoto indicated this fraud, this corruption of civil servants so sharply, and many Osaka residents sympathized with his indication at that time. This is the biggest reason why Ishin Party became so big in only 20 years. Therefore, when we talk about Ishin Party, we cannot leave out Mr. Hashimoto. His character, his slogan, his motivation reflects Ishin Party even now. Although Mr. Hashimoto retired from Japanese politics completely, and now he became a kind of TV personality, and he comments about politics once in a while in the TV program. Still, in Ishin Party, the legacy of Mr. Hashimoto is still there, and the remnant of him still can be seen here and there. Personally, I also agree with Mr. Hashimoto's civil servant reform or administrative reform. Ishin Party also advocated the decrease of the parliament members of Osaka. Parliament members was a kind of profitable job or lucrative job, and very easy because parliament members didn't have to work so hard as businessmen. The working day is approximately 100 days in a year. It's very easy, isn't it? Look, this is a secret of fraud or corruption of civil servants. First, the parliament members earn so much money for such a small job, and civil servants collaborating with these corrupted parliament members invested so much money into hotel or some amusement park. Of course, civil servant has no sense to manage these hotels or amusement parks. Therefore, huge deficit came up, and none of the civil servants of Osaka assumed the responsibility for it. This was the cause of anger of Osaka residents, and Mr. Hashimoto epitomized this anger at that time. Still now, Ishin Party insists the administrative reforms, civil servant reform, with which I can totally agree. Of course, this FGC is a conservative channel, and I can't say exactly whether Ishin Party is conservative or not. Therefore, the frequency of talking about Ishin Party was not so high in FGC. However, when it comes to administrative reforms, I feel sympathy with Ishin Party, and this party will get into the coalition with Liberal Democratic Party. Ishin Party is much better than Kome Party, because Kome Party was a pro-China party, as I said before, and this party sells Japan and Japanese people to other countries, especially to China. So we can't allow this stupid party to become a part of government anymore. Therefore, this is very good news that Kome Party decided to get out of the coalition government. So spontaneously, Kome Party got out of the coalition of its own. The destiny of this party will only decline. Decline awaits, and aging awaits Kome Party. But this is their decision. And personally, I assume that the instruction of China or Chinese government might be there behind the decision of Kome Party this time. Anyway, Ishin will be the part of coalition government from now on. Therefore, in FGC, I will talk about this party more often than before. So please expect it. Thank you.